Good morning, you guys. Today's day in the life is starting at a very unexpected place. I am actually starting my day to get a tooth looked at. So I've just been having some issues with one of my teeth, and that's how I'm getting to start my day. So not an ideal start to the week, but a start nonetheless. So before I left for my appointment, I went ahead and did math with the kids. But other than that, we have not done much school today. So hopefully after this appointment, we'll get home, get a little more school done. It'll be kind of like a half day for us, and hopefully get some things done around the house because I'm really behind on a lot of things. So my hope is that I can just catch up, but I thought that I would just take you guys along for just a normal day in the life. Okay, so I am back from my dental thing and got a lovely sticker shock for the treatment plan. But anyway, without getting too much into that, I am back home and the kids surprised me and they already had all their chores done plus a little extra. So I'm thinking before I make my lunch, I'm gonna have some afternoon coffee. And these were randomly laying here. I'm going to take that as a clue. Maybe we'll do some spaghetti for dinner tonight. That's an easy dinner, and I am all about easy today. So, may do that. Current coffee right now that we have been drinking. Normally, we use the Simple Truth organic kind or Trader Joe's. But I actually have been enjoying this. And so, we bought the whole bean this time because we got a coffee grinder from my aunt, actually sent it over. And I was like, thank you so much. So, whoops, that doesn't go there. Anyway, so we are enjoying that coffee right now. We do like a little secret mama gift exchange thing. We call it the mug exchange, but it has evolved into much more than just exchanging a mug. But a sweet mama at our co-op actually got me this, and I absolutely love it. I think it's so pretty. It's very me. And so that's the cup that I have been drawn to a lot when I make my coffee. I love it so much. Okay, and for my additives to my coffee, I'm just going maple syrup as always, and then some vanilla almond milk. So, you okay? You just about fell off a chair back here, didn't you, baby girl?
A little snack.
Didn't you just have lunch?
No, I didn't have lunch. We never had lunch.
You didn't have lunch yet. I thought you did. Well, we will have to do that, won't we? So I guess it's lunchtime for everyone. Hey, little chippy chip. Anyway, so today for my mama lunch, I'm gonna do what I do a lot. Side note, my caraway pans, still loving them. It's either caraway or cast iron for me. So if cookware is on your Christmas list, I'll leave a link down below if you want to check those out. But still loving them, absolutely. But as far as lunch, I am going to just make some different sauteed veggies with some coconut aminos. And then I have some packets of like this organic rice blend that has brown rice and quinoa and stuff like that I will just mix into it. And that's what I do a lot of times for lunch. Besides this, I'm going to add in some spinach too, but I just haven't gotten it out yet. But that's what I do for my lunches normally.
Got money. So somebody else.
Oh, that's sweet, Lil. This is the rice packets I was talking about. I get them at Costco, and they're really good. I've gotten a couple of different ones from there. They also have like a kale one, but I just toss it all in here and let it get warmed up, and it's really good. Okay, so it is done. There's all my veggies with my little quinoa rice mixture. I can't talk. And so this will actually be enough for a couple of days. So you don't eat all of it. I would be so incredibly full if I ate all of that. But anyway, yeah, so that's my lunch. Okay.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old.
Hopefully this isn't a weird angle. So it is almost 3 o'clock. So that means I like to go ahead and start thinking about dinner. And since we're doing spaghetti, we don't really have a lot going on tonight. So I am going to make my own sauce, which is normally what I do, and it makes a ton. However, I am out of crushed tomatoes unless I've got some in the freezer from the garden. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use these. I found these in the back of the cabinet and probably should definitely use those up. And then it also uses just some tomato sauce and some tomato paste. I'll put a link. It's an old video with our spaghetti sauce recipe. I'll put a link in the description. So as far as meat in our spaghetti goes, we actually purchased half of a pig, and so I'm actually going to use some of the sausage from the pig in our spaghetti tonight. So that's what I'm going to do. Gonna put it in, I've got like a thing of warm water right here, so I'm just going to set it in there so it can be thawing for dinner tonight. And then I'm also going to make some bread, and this bread is insanely easy. Okay, so let's see if it adjusts the light. Anyway, so first, actually, I'm going to put in my water. This is 2.5 cups of just really warm water, and I'm going to just pour it into this. And you don't have to have a mixer. I make it all the time by hand. I'm just taking a shortcut. This is 4 teaspoons of, hold on, let's see if it'll adjust my lighting. 4 teaspoons of sugar, and this is just organic cane sugar. And then I'm going to do 3 teaspoons of yeast. I buy my yeast in bulk, and this looks like this because I keep it in the freezer. It just keeps it active longer. I've always kept it in there. It just helps preserve it really well. So I'm going to put 3 teaspoons of yeast in there. And I meant to stir in the sugar first, just to make sure it's kind of feeds, the yeast kind of feeds off of the sugar. But I'm going to let that, I already smell it. I'm going to let that activate really good in there for a couple of minutes, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so now my yeast is nice and foamy. And so I am going to start putting my flour in, and this uses about 6 cups. There's 1, 2, and then I'm going to do a third one. And before I finish the rest of them, I've got 4 teaspoons of salt. I use Redmond salt. I just really like it a lot. It has like a lot of minerals and stuff in it. So there's 4 teaspoons of that. And I'm going to mix this up real quick. And it's really sloshy now, so I am going to keep adding my flour. So there's the 4th cup, 5th cup. And actually, I probably should have switched to my dough hook. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to my dough hook, which if you're doing this by hand, like I said, I normally do this by hand. I just really, guys, do not feel like getting my hands all in this today. I don't know. Sometimes I like hit these moods where I just don't want to get my hands in my food a lot. And so, let's see, pull that down. There we go. And it turns out beautifully either way. So I'm going to switch over to my dough hook. In my dough hook, it just kneads my bread, kind of like if I were kneading it by hand. So this is going to be my 5th or 6th cup. I can't remember. I think it's my 6th cup, which is typically enough. Like, that's typically where I stop. So I'm going to put this on. And this little thing is getting old. It was my grandma's, so probably almost as old as me. Okay, so, whoop, my lighting is off again. Sorry, guys. My video is really dark today. I think my lighting is just adjusting. Let's see if I can actually... No, I can't on this. Okay, so let me pull this off. And then now my dough is nice. It has like a nice bounce to it where it kind of bounces back. I don't know if you guys could see that just then. So I am just going to kind of turn it around, make sure there's no loose flour in there. Yep. Okay, that's perfect. And then I'm going to cover this for 30 minutes, and then I'll show you what we do when we get back. There's really not a lot to this. So after I went back to check my bread, it was actually time for one of the live workshops on Made to Homeschool. And you guys, it was such a good workshop with Amy from Humility and Doxology. I'm telling you, it is hopping over here in the Made to Homeschool community. I know I've talked about it a few times over here, but I just really encourage you guys to just check it out. It is just a place of encouragement, extra resources. We are making different printables that you can have access to, exclusive videos, not to mention the workshops. This specific one was on transcripts and homeschooling in high school and things like that. It was so good. And so it's just a wonderful place for encouragement and community. There's some chat boards talking about different subjects of homeschooling just to give support and encouragement, but then also that resource library with all of the amazing printables that are exclusive to Made to Homeschool members, as well as other content. And you guys, you can try it out for 7 days for free. So if you haven't come to check it out yet, just click the link down in my description and come on over, check it out for 7 days. If it's not a good fit for you, then you gave it a try. But I just really encourage you guys to come by and at least check it out. Okay, so sorry, I didn't want to talk earlier because I was really invested in that workshop that I was telling you guys about. So it was really excellent, very informational. Of course, it was all about homeschooling in high school, like preparing transcripts, what goes, what doesn't go, how to, like, just all the logistics of things like that. So it was really, really helpful. But now my bread is risen. We're going to get it ready to go in the oven. What you're going to do is you're going to just take, I like to use a serrated knife so you can make sure you get way down in there. And you're going to just make some slashes on your bread. And this kind of helps alleviate any pressure during the baking process. And then this is just 1 egg. I'm going to do an egg wash. It's 1 egg and a tablespoon of water. So I just take it and I just kind of paint my bread. Just paint your bread. You want to get down like in the little creases here. And my oven is preheating at 375 degrees. And this only takes about 20 to 25 minutes to bake, which is awesome. And this bread is delicious. It's definitely requested quite often. This is the bread that I make if I'm bringing dinner to somebody, like if I bring them some kind of pasta dish or some kind of soup or something like that, this is the bread that I always make and bring. And I have shared the recipe often with people because it's just so easy and delicious. It's like super pillowy and it's just good. So I think that should be good. You don't want to do too much because then it'll be eggy on the outside. And so that's what it looks like before it goes in the oven. And so now I'm going to put it in. A little bit of egg drip down. Now I'm going to put it in the oven. And here it is. It is such a pretty bread, you guys. But you don't want to cut it until it's completely cool. But it is so, so delicious. Alright. Dinner is almost done. We will have bread and spaghetti just with some salad. So I am going to go ahead and end the video here as I am finishing up dinner. And that is our Monday. So I hope you guys enjoyed following along for this day in the life. And if you are not already, make sure that you subscribe and I will see you guys on future videos. Thanks so much, guys, and have a blessed day.